All right, people. There's many YouTubers, a couple of very famous YouTubers, faking PSP7 spirit boxes sessions. How are they doing it? They're taking walkie-talkies. They have one person speak through a walkie. They have their own voice speaking through the walkie-talkie. So it'll be on, and they'll be like, "Hello, how are you?" And then through the other walkie-talkie, there's a person in another room speaking, answering what the guy's asking. So if I said if I said, "Hey, ghost, are you there?" The other person in the other room would speak here and say, "Yes, I'm here." And then the transmission comes through the walkie-talkie and is picked up by the radio. So there's people faking PSP7 Spirit Box sessions through walkie-talkies. Now, walkie-talkies can be used for real ghost communication, just like the spirit comm. The transmission between one and the other and the interference opens up a spark gap. So ghosts in the middle, if voices come through or around the area, they can be picked up by the walkie-talkies. That's real. PSP7 does pick up real ghosts. How? I don't usually pick that up on PSP7.
Yeah. Fight.
Did you hear that? That sounded like Bruce Lee saying fight or something like that. I think he's back. Is that you, Bruce Lee? Are you back? Anyway, this sounds like just the same way as it's scanning, as the PSP7 is scanning. It's going, say this is AM station 110, and this is station AM station 112. As it goes, right, as it's scanning station to station, in between is a milliamp spark gap. In between is created a broadband wave. If I'm sending this wire, the power into the spirit box, and say I cut this wire, the electricity can no longer go through, right? But if I keep the wires near each other, just like the antennas, if I cut this wire in half, but I keep them near each other, the electricity will still jump from one side to the other. Take a Ghost Hunter M2, turn it on, and you get your ghosts speaking through it, right? These are not picking up ghosts. These are picking up all the bad guys. Mostly the bad guys. Or the ministering spirits that are assigned to you. Which is why when you turn on ghost apps, you're always picking up voices. Doesn't matter where it is. It always seems to be the same thing. Watch many ghost shows. As soon as you turn on the ghost app, you get immediate ghosts. Immediately. How come? Because they're around you 24/7. Read your religious books. The Quran, the Bible, the Old Testament, the Torah. They all speak of the same thing. These creatures are assigned to you. They watch us 24/7. When you take a shit, when you have sex, when you eat food, when you're out about your whole life, the good things, the bad things, it doesn't matter what you do. They're watching us. And the Bible says everything is made plain. On the other side, they can see everything we do and hear everything we do. So ghost apps are picking up evil entities. Mostly. Sometimes good ones come through. So ghost apps do work. How they work is there's a dictionary in it, and it spits out words.
And this plugs into the PC, and it captures RF frequency on two antennas simultaneously, so I can tell the amplitude that hits the antenna, I can actually tell the frequency of it, and I can also calculate the voltage that hits it. So I can give you a real detailed, accurate idea of what the EMF looks like in a room. Plus I have temperature and I have IR and ambient light at the same point in time. And my idea was I wanted to start correlating data. Now you need to understand I hadn't got into ITC at this point in time. And my whole premise was not so much what was going on, and it was not the message, what people were receiving. I was more intrigued by exactly how it was happening. So my whole premise has always been, how do I get more data, more information, more accurately, so that I can actually know exactly what I'm doing. I want to be able to, one of these days, be able to say, I know how that happens. Because if we can ever crack that, we can make everything happen. So that's kind of where my research goes. From there, I went to a little bit different device that plugs into the PC. Now, I was contacted by somebody I'm not going to mention. They were looking for a different version of Frank's box. Now, I'd never seen Frank's box at the time. And talking about that, it occurred to me really quickly that I had all the components to create speech. Now, I took a whole different route. I don't use a voice generator of any kind to create the speech. The original used a computer program. And what we did is we took the environmental energy and we correlated that to a dictionary within the computer. So we didn't manipulate it in any way, shape, or form. If the voltage hit it and said the voltage level equated out to a level of 516, we matched it with a word in the dictionary, and that's how we let the unit speak.
EVP is done through audio recorders. EVP is electronic voice phenomena, real ghost voices being picked up by recording. Random voice generator apps, ghost apps, spirit boxes. If they're digital, there's digital and analog, right? There's a difference. Go learn that. And then the voices are being picked up by these because it's gold plated. So when the demon sends out the signal, it hits the gold that's inside or the silver, and boom, the signal bounces into the device, hits the correct number. So if I want to say hello, if this is a demon, he thinks of one signal gets shot out through his devil horns that they have, and then boom, it comes the voice. There you go, just like that. It's like he demonstrated. Now, EVP is sound waves, right? Lower or higher than the human sound, depending on your audio recorder, how much the frequency and the rate bits pick up. The DR60 is picking up really good EVP because there's something wrong with the chip. The chip inside is basically cheap. It's very cheap. So it's picking up ghost voices, but they still come out raspy. It's always so you gotta tell that's really EVP coming through. It's a really good audio recorder. However, even with the DR60, after recording, you have to hit stop and then play. Now, if they only had an audio recorder that would record automatically, stop on its own, then press play. Go watch my other videos. I have a device like that. Patent pending. Have the rights to it. Okay, it's called EVP voice. It works for ghosts that may talk, right? Or may not talk. Well, this device is the same thing as an audio recorder. The only difference is the EVP voice device. The difference is that instead of hitting stop on your audio recorder and then hit play, it does it for you. And if this picks up EVP, electronic voice phenomena, you'll hear it recorded and looped live. Just mess with it. Shake the device. Hello. The one you just seen on taken apart. Now here it is all together. That's what it'll look like. Now yours will come nice. I don't remember saying anything. Yeah. Yeah, hey, what's up? Are you a ghost? Talk here. Or here. So this is the microphone. Now it comes with a hello. How you doing? Can you hear me? Alright, so as you can see, it's working as So let's plug it into an outsource so you can hear it. Hello. Now, did you hear that? Yeah, you can buy it, or I'll show you how to make it. Now, that's how communication is being done. EVP, electronic voice phenomena, is real ghosts being picked up on audio devices. They can use TV for ITC, visual, you name it. They mess with electronics. If a ghost is dead, they'll try anything to be heard. They do more experiments than we do. They even they'll talk into water, into this to see if you hear it. Like, they try anything. They'll try your electronic devices. They want to be heard because they're no longer alive. They got a message, a warning, or they're just bored. They get bored as well. Or they just no longer have a physical body. So when they're hungry, they are hungry, and you are the food, so says the Bible. Beware of the devil who walks about seeking who he may devour. Basically, just like a plant feeds off sunlight and the air, ghosts, spirits, all of the above, they gotta eat somehow. You don't think they're self-sustained, do you? Free energy, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can take a FM transmitter. You can get these on eBay, Amazon, internet, whatever. And if you here's another little FM transmitter. If you put it into an app, a Ghost Hunter app of any sort, especially this one, Ghost Hunter M2. Yeah. Sometimes very strong evil entities, like the most dangerous ones, will come through. Very rarely. Like if you do a FM transmission, you transmit the app through the FM transmitter into a receiver. Pick your station, right? Assign your number on the FM transmitter. Assign your number on the radio, and then you're picking up what's coming through here to your speaker, and in between creates an open frequency, new broadband through FM transmission, right? Now, sometimes, very rarely, because you put the app attached to this, now there's a different frequency going on here. It's super science. It's a science yet to be discovered, but it's working. If you don't believe me, go watch Eric Dollar on YouTube just to learn what kind of sciences in the new electricity fields they're talking about. And then the ghost or entity, if you want to hear regular ones, use the traditional methods. But if you want to hear very dangerous ones, use an FM transmitter, a ghost app, and a radio to receive your signal. And very rarely, I'm talking like if you record 20 hours of this method, ghost voice generator, you record many hours of this, you'll pick up the regular words, and very rare, a very strong, threatening entity will come through. And when they do, they're going to say something. For example, I had one say, "I promise you yet." Right? I can't prove it because I wasn't filming. Such is with ghost hunting stuff. You got to prove it, you got to film it. And even if you have real evidence on video, people will say you faked it. So I'm telling you, if you people out there faking ghost stuff, stop it. Do the real research. Do the real stuff. The best you can. If you're trying a new method, then say on your video, "I'm trying a new method. Let's see if this works," right? But these are methods that work. Now, here is an ion motor, right? And I'm going to demonstrate spark gap, how the PSP7 spirit box is picking up transmission, and why the PSP7 spirit box gets knocked out. You ever noticed ghost hunters always complain of what do they say?